Hey, welcome. Thanks for deciding that you wanted to unroll your mat and practice with me today. This is just going to be a very quick flow, Vinyasa. And remember, you don't have to go through every single pose. This is just going to be a short flow. And also remember, this is for fitness purposes only. This is not intended to be, nor should it ever be considered, any type of substitute for medical advice. That being said, let's get into child's pose. And remember, I also have a podcast called Happy Hamstrings. So for child's pose, we're just going to take the knees out wide and send your hips back. Press your shoulder blades down. Listening to your breath and listening inwardly. Take a deep breath in, reach one arm up, thread the needle under. Just a nice shoulder stretch. So your arm is reaching straight out to the side. Keep sending your hips further back towards your feet. Bring it back to the neutral and thread the needle on the other side. Reach one arm up and slide under, reaching straight up. So my left arm is reaching to the right, my palm is up. My right palm is reaching straight ahead of me, palm down. So one palm up, one palm down. Just breathe and don't overthink it. Coming back to the neutral child's pose. Now moving into tabletop. Put yourself where your palms are directly under your shoulders and your knees are underneath hips. Begin to take your shoulders left and right over your wrists. And now forward and back. Pull your belly button in and up. And now just draw a circle over your wrists and then the other way. Come to the neutral belly button in. Take a deep breath, setting your intention as you exhale, child's pose. Exhale into down facing dog. Breathing in. Lift your heels up, inhale, exhale, sink your heels down. Keep your arms straight and continuously pushing your chest towards your thighs. You can keep your knees bent. Inhale again, lift the heels up off the floor. Exhale, take your heels down. Dial down the knuckle of your index finger. Slowly walking up to your hands for ragdoll. So for ragdoll pose, you've got your hands around your elbows. Your feet should be directly under your hips, so just sway side to side. Drop your hands down. Toe heel your feet together. Inhale up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach all the way up. You can't see my arms, but my arms are straight up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take this down, palms to with your back straight. Take your palms to the mat and step back into a plank. Now, I'm going to lower down to my knees. You can do this from your toes. I want you to keep your hips in line. As you shift forward, chaturanga, low push-up. Just a small movement, and then inhaling into your upward facing dog. Upward facing dog, you can even lift your thighs off the mat by grounding the tops of your feet. And then a big exhale into down facing dog. Take your time, move as you need. From down dog, you're going to step to the front of the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, fold, hinge from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. So make your back flat like a table for Ardha. Plant your hands down for plank. Dandasana. And then Chaturanga Dandasana. Shift forward. Inhaling into upward facing dog. And then exhale, down dog. Step, hopper, float to the front. Inhale up. Tadasana. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Ardha, make your back flat like a tabletop. Plant your hands down for a plank. Chaturanga, flow through. Inhale, upward facing dog. And when you're ready to exhale, down dog. Step, hopper, float to the front. Chair pose. Fold forward from your chair. Inhale, halfway lift. Plank. Chaturanga, low push up, shift forward. Don't go too low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down facing dog. Take your right leg straight up. Take your right foot to your right hand. Inhale, warrior one. Rising up, big inhale. Check it out. Your knee is stacked right over your ankle. Helicopter your hands down. Prepare for a plank. Chaturanga, flow through. Inhaling into your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your left leg straight up. And then left foot to left hand. Rise up, warrior one. Really driving my right hip forward. So I want you to feel this. Keep your pelvis neutral. Helicopter your hands down. Prepare for a plank. And chaturanga flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Good job. Take your right leg up. Come to the front with your right foot. We're going to come up into crescent lunge. Reaching up. Really spiral your pinkies in. You can't see my hands. I want you to spiral your hands in. Arms straight up. Now, coming into prayer hands, you can also lower your knee to the mat. This isn't cheating, by the way. It's just a different stretch. So you can be here, or you can be here. We're going to twist to the right with the right foot forward. And in order to get more stabilization, really push your knee to the outside edge of the mat towards the pinky toe. It's okay if it takes you a minute to get there. Your back leg should feel like a steel beam holding you up if you're up. I know this twist is intense. That's why we're here. Make sure your knee's directly over your ankle. Bring this back, warrior two. Or if you feel like you just got into your twist, move at your pace. It's your practice. Reverse for peaceful warrior. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Right arm up. Extended side angle. Take your left arm over and across. So left arm is going over the right toes. Avoid any temptation to drop. You don't want your chest to face the floor. Keep your heart up and open. You can also be here. Knee is in line without forcing it. Hands to the floor, chaturanga. So we're going to go into our low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg up to the front for your crescent lunge, other side. Inhale up, spiral pinkies in. Once again, it's a-okay to lower your knee to the block. It's not cheating, it's just a different stretch and it feels amazing. Either way. Really make sure your feet are on train tracks with your hips. You don't want to be standing on a tightrope. Prayer hands. Now with my left foot forward, I'm going to twist to the left. Check it out once again for stability. You want to push your knee to the outside edge towards the pinky toe. That really helps. Little secrets. And I know this is intense. That's why we're here. Bring it back for warrior two. And if you feel like you just got into your twist, you can hang out there. You want to get a few breaths into your twist. So you really rinse and spin out that spine. Reverse, Shanti Shanti, peaceful warrior. So my left arm went up. Check it out. Make sure you didn't straighten out your front leg. Your knee should be right where it was. Extended side angle. Make sure you stack your shoulders floor to ceiling here. Keep your heart open. Making your waistline long. You're breathing into your sideways body here. Take your hands down to prepare chaturanga, flow through. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down facing dog. Step, hop, or float to the front, chair pose. Now I'm just turning so you can see that we're in chair. Big toes touching. Twist to one side or the other. Now check it out. Your knees should be right where you started. So as you twist to one side, don't let the opposite knee come forward. Leave your knees where they were. Bring it back and twist to the other side. Really sitting down into that imaginary chair. Sink into your heels with your weight. Bring it back. Twist again to the other side you started with. Bring it back. And other side. Just like it's the first time you twisted all day. Breathe into it. As you twist, you're actually looking up and coming on back. Inhale up. And we're going to step into triangle pose. So put your right foot to the front, left foot to the back, arms straight out, slide forward with your shoulder, and then open up. It's okay to grab a block here. Don't worry about how far you go. Checking in for alignment. Your shoulders are stacked floor to ceiling. Activate the front foot to go towards the back foot and the back foot sliding towards the front foot so your legs are actively squeezing. Step up your left foot, pyramid. Great place to grab blocks. For pyramid pose, I like to have my feet closer together. It just feels better. Really squeezing your belly in. Also make sure your feet are straight facing 12 o'clock and knees are soft. My knees are bent. Belly in, rounded up. Triangle pose, left foot forward. You can just switch feet. I'm going to turn around. So you slide forward and open. Really opening your rib cage into possibilities. Open it up. Thighs are spiraling in towards one another, pulling your belly button in and up. Breathe with it. Just enjoy being in the pose. Find the sweetness here. Stay in it. Keep opening up. Don't just be in the pose. Open into it. And then stepping your right foot towards your left. Pyramid. You can either fold down to your thigh first and then scooch a little to the inside. Great place to grab blocks if you have them. You can use books. Folding down. Chest to the thigh. Scooch it to the inside. Stay here. Your knees are soft. Feel what's happening. Just a few more breaths. Keeping your belly in. And shoulders are down. Pull your belly in. Round it up, one vertebrae at a time. You can use your thigh to push up. And we're going right into tree pose. So here we are in tree. Finding stabilization on one leg. avoid looking at anything that is moving. Maybe that means me. So focus on a spot on the floor or on the ceiling or on the wall, keeping your gaze like just straight ahead somewhere, wherever it makes sense for you. As you become tired, check in with your knee. You want your knee out for hip external rotation here. Just finding stillness. And switch sides, other side tree. You can even take your arms up. Or you can leave your prayer hands to your heart. And release. We're coming down to tabletop. We're keeping this a short flow. So we're going to go ahead right here to sit cat-cow. Arch it up, drop it down. In fact, arch it up to one side, drop it down to the other. Slide it up to the right, drop it down to the left. Arch your back on the one side. Really drop it to the left. And now the other side. So now I'm arching on the left, dropping to the right. Arching to the left, dropping to the right. Bend your elbows. Work your arms with it. And now reach opposite arm and leg a few times just to stretch all the way through, keeping your spine neutral. Down facing dog. Come down to your knees. Now, if this hurts, fold up your mat or put a towel or blanket under your knees. Put your hands in imaginary back pockets. Really squeeze your elbows together. In fact, pretend like I'm squeezing your elbows together for you. Squeeze. And now reaching for the heels without moving the hips around. You want to keep your hips over your knees. Reach for your heels, opening your chest. Make sure you don't drop your head so far back that your voice would get weird, because that means you're closing off your throat. You can curl your toes under if you need to make your heels a little more accessible for you. Also, it's okay to grab blocks so that the floor is just closer, or that even what you're reaching is closer than your heels. It's the block is what I mean. And coming on up, hands down, tabletop, cat and cow. Arch it up, drop it down. Arch it up, drop it down. One more time, lie down on the mat. And I want you to just take your knees, after you lay down, take your knees bent to the right and then look to the left. And now take your bent knees over to the left and look to the right. Letting gravity take over here. Do this again. Drop your knees bent over to the right like windshield wipers. Stay here and breathe. Coming right back to your original intention. Switch it up. Knees over to the left. Look to the right. Breathe in. Sigh it out. Eyes can be open or closed. Give yourself that nice good morning stretch. Grab both of your big toes, and we're just going to paddle through the heels. If this isn't accessible for you, just do this. Just kick through. If you can't reach your toes, it's okay. Just push one heel and then push the other heel. Bend one knee, push the opposite heel. So either way, it's good. Release for that good morning stretch, reaching arms and legs all the way out, coming into corpse pose, shavasana, or putting a bolster under your knees. And try to make yourself a little more comfortable here a few different ways. Maybe you need to move your arms. If your neck is tense, maybe you need to just look left and then look right and then come back to the neutral. Open yourself up to gratitude. Gratitude will take the place of doubt. Whatever distracting thoughts come, you just come back to your breath. Your breath is always there for you. Use your breath as a tool to clear your thoughts and to heal your body. Now reaching both arms overhead, roll over to your side just gently, using one arm for a pillow and knees are bent. Using your top arm, put your palm down, plant both hands firmly into the floor. To push yourself up to seated, eyes can be open or closed. We bring our prayer hands to our heart, thumbs touching your heartbeat. Make a connection right here. Relax your jaw, relax your forehead. Thank you so much for practicing here with me today. May you be happy, healed, inspired, free, and at peace. May you bring peace and healing when you walk into the room. Namaste. The teacher and the student inside of me recognizes, honors, and respects the teacher and the student inside each and every one of you.